I pointed out my husband reacted the same way after my cousin's promotion party. My cousin Mark threw this big celebration last Friday because he'd just been promoted to regional manager. It was at this rented rooftop space downtown with string lights, catered food, the whole thing. His wife organized everything and invited basically the entire extended family, plus coworkers and friends. There had to be at least 40 people there. Everyone was congratulating him, taking pictures, making speeches. It was very look how far I've come energy. At one point, Mark's boss gave a short toast and handed him this framed certificate. Everyone clapped and Mark looked genuinely happy. But I noticed my husband go quiet. He stopped smiling, didn't clap as hard, and suddenly became very interested in his phone. I didn't think much of it at first. Parties are long, people get tired, but over the next hour, it was obvious something was off. My husband barely talked to anyone. He skipped the group photos. When Mark came over to thank us for coming, my husband gave him a quick hug and said congrats, but it felt forced. Later, I saw him step away onto the balcony by himself for a while. When he came back in, his eyes were glassy, like he'd been holding something back. We stayed until the end, helped clean up, said our goodbyes. In the car on the way home, I thought the night was over. Then my husband started talking. Did you notice how much they were rubbing it in? He said. I asked what he meant. He said Mark didn't need a whole party just to show off a job title. Some people don't need a spotlight for every little thing, he added. I tried to stay neutral. I said it was a big deal for Mark and his wife, and they were proud. My husband kept going. He said the speeches were awkward. The certificate was unnecessary. And the whole thing felt like bragging. It was honestly kind of uncomfortable, he said. People could tell it was excessive. That's when I said it. You kind of reacted the same way when my cousin Sarah bought her house. He went silent immediately. What are you talking about? He asked. I reminded him of Sarah's housewarming 2 years ago. How she gave a tour, talked about interest rates, showed everyone the backyard twice. How afterward, he complained for days about how tone-deaf it was given how expensive housing had gotten. That's completely different, he said. How? I asked. You were annoyed she was excited about something she worked hard for. Just like you're annoyed at Mark now. He shook his head. We're not talking about me, he said. We're talking about Mark being over the top. I pointed out that back then, he barely spoke at the party, sat on the couch scrolling his phone and left early. You even went outside for a bit, I said. Just like tonight. His jaw tightened. I didn't make a scene, he said. I didn't sulk in front of everyone. You did, I said. People noticed. My aunt asked me if you were okay. We pulled into our driveway and just sat there with the engine off. He accused me of keeping score and bringing up old stuff just to win arguments. I told him I wasn't keeping score. I just remembered because it stood out. He got out of the car without another word and went inside. The rest of the night was quiet. He went straight to the bedroom. I stayed downstairs, cleaned up, watched TV. Around midnight, he came down to get water and said, I was just frustrated. That doesn't mean I was jealous. I said I never used the word jealous. I said he was judging Mark for something he's done himself. He sighed, said I was twisting things, and went back upstairs. I slept alone that night. The next morning, he acted normal but distant. Gave me a quick kiss, went to work. He texted later saying he needed time to cool off and we'd talk later. That was 4 days ago, and we still haven't actually talked about it.